Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Denise and my Shopify store is called heart-nose.com, and today we are continuing our bead vault earrings, this time with the color black, and I am going through all of my boxes of beads to see exactly what I have, so I can make some exquisite designs. So let's get started. These are just two big bags of plastic beads. I call them filler beads. Maybe you can get I'm going to try not to open too many of them so we can move a little bit faster, but this is just two big bags of faceted black beads. Okay. This is a necklace. As you can see here in the necklace, I have a lot of different sized beads in here. They appear to be wooden and resin beads. Like these are the wooden ones. You could see here. These are the wooden ones, and then these are the resin beads. So I got quite a few. That's why I was saying you can. The necklaces and the belts and everything gives you so many beads. Okay, this bead I'm actually going to open up. Let you see this. These are black beads, but they have like kind of a matte finish on it, which really helps give your jewelry a nice, even though they're resin, it gives your jewelry a really nice kind of luxury look to it. So I have an entire bag of these, but these are like a matted resin bead. Okay, here I have some more beads. These are get them out and show you. I don't know if this is bone. No, this doesn't look like bone. Sometimes it's hard to see, but I'm not sure. This may have come off a necklace. You can see the holes in the side of it. I'll figure out something. I think I may make a brooch out of this. Maybe make this the centerpiece, and then do beads from out each side and put a pin back on it. But here are some smaller ones that I'm definitely, see these here? I'm definitely going to do earrings out of these, and I think I'm just going to let these dangle from some beads, or either a nice cowrie shell cluster. So those, and then I'm going to scoot this box back in a second. I just want to get a few more bags out of here before I try and scoot it back. This is a bracelet. See here. Sorry about all this noise with the plastic. Let's see. And I got to okay, well, let's see. Here's another bag. This is a bracelet. Looks like a charm, a bracelet with charms on it. Because I can see, like, yeah, can you see right here? These are cards, playing cards. And I do sell a lot of like casino jackpot charms and playing cards to my customers who actually play bridge, or who are casino players, slot machine players. I love slots myself, so I have a lot of customers that purchase. I think here's a slot machine, if you can see it. Yeah, here's a slot machine charm. So I'm going to take these out of the bag and just make earrings with them. I also have the earrings in my shop with the slot machines, and also with the playing cards. And I think I also have them too with dice. So, and I may adjust this camera. Not really sure. I'm trying to try a different angle because of the sun. But I'm thinking about just going down maybe just a little, so I can get you in here just a little bit closer. I hope that helped. Okay, and I'm going to start moving some of this back so we can get like a plain white area in here. Okay guys, I'm gonna adjust, see if I can adjust the camera just a little bit more. There we go. That should do it. Okay, next, these are just wooden beads. They're really small wooden beads. There's a cowrie shell in there. Not sure why it's in there. Maybe it was strung together. Yeah, it looks like it was strung together. But these are wooden beads. Like I said, I love the small ones because I can use them for stoppers, either at the top of my bead design or either at the bottom. So these are perfect. I get a lot of use out of these. And let's see what we have here. More black beads, just kind of a combination. These are one of those bags. Now this is pretty right here. I don't know if you can see that, but this is like a red and black. Looks like an Asian print on it. Okay, this is a button. Not sure what this is doing in here. This is a button. I don't know why this millennial pin is in here, but like I said, some bags are just catch-alls, and this appears to be one of them. That's a bead. I'd use this as a design for either a keychain or either a necklace pendant. And let me see if I can get to the beads that I was referencing in the bag that appeared to be a Asian design on them. So I don't know if you can see this. This has like a, I hope that's not making it too blurry, but this has like an Asian design on it, a red and black Asian design. So yeah, this bag is a catch-all. Once again, like I said, when I have bags like this, I just use, because these are all one-offs and one of a kind. So what I do when I have bags like that, I just use them for either my keychains, iPhone, the iPhone charms, or either for a pendant on a necklace. Okay, I'm looking now. This is hematite. Not sure why it's not in the hematite bag, and maybe it's because it's hematite and black beads. So yeah, I think that's the reason why. You can see here, there's the hematite there. And this is what I was talking about in my other video. This hematite is the magnetic hematite. And let me show you how it works. You just have a loose strand, and then as you put it around your wrist, the magnetic beads automatically click together. So they give you like a necklace or a bracelet. So the magnetics all click together, like giving you a nice design. You see there, yeah. So I was explaining that in the last video, but I didn't have a necklace or a bracelet. And then some people will put these around their neck, and then the space here would open up, and then you would just have a nice necklace. You can see that. You would just have a nice necklace, and it would be like a lanyard at the bottom of the necklace. So this would go around your neck, and then the long part in the center here would actually, you know, just go down, ride down your chest. So that's how these necklaces and bracelets used to work, and they still work that way. But this was real big, I think maybe about 10 or 15 years ago. The hematite magnetics, and here it is here, just in the black and the silver. So you kind of get a really good idea of how this worked. This is actually with the purple. Okay. And let's see, I have more. And I noticed, I think I'm going to be able to get through all the black. It's a really big box, but it's because I have so many duplicates. So it's not as bad as I thought it was. The box is big, but it's some of the same beads, so we don't have to keep going through them. I'm actually going in here because I see another necklace besides the hematite. Get back in frame here. Okay, so yeah, so these are, and these look more like smoke resin beads. You can see right there, they look more like smoke resin beads Then they do black, but you can see I got a lot of black seed beads here I can use. And then I can just use these as well on the earrings. So it gives me a lot of beads here. Okay, so that should do it. I'm looking as I'm putting this back in the bag. I think that's it. I'm trying to take out likes together so we don't waste a lot of time. Here's another necklace. This is a vintage necklace, and it appears that this is actually wood. I thought that this would be glass, but it's actually wood pieces. But it just goes to show you, I would just make earring dangles out of this. I have customers that I know that will really like just a dangle out of this. So if you're looking at that, or if you're looking at it to go this way and just be a dangle, could get a couple pair out of that. Once again, I'm going to use my chain on all of the necklaces that I take apart, and I am going to use those for my license plate earrings. And once again, I said that I did get this fabric. There's a whole video in my playlist on how to make these, but I did get this fabric, this license plate fabric from Walmart. I dipped the fabric into resin, into the UV resin, and then I just put a 2-inch chain on it. So these are two jump rings. So it's real simple, really simple to make. And the resin gave it the nice glassy look. You can see on the front and the back, it just gave it a nice glassy look. And you'll see I did two types of designs. I did it with just the plain fabric by itself, which I end up liking better, versus the fabric that I put the fusible wonder under, and the backing. There's a black backing on that. Let me see if I don't know, guys. I was looking to my left to see if I have a pair. I did this also. This is without the backing on it, but this is the Arizona plates that I did it with, and I just thought these would make really nice Christmas gifts for everybody, for people who have everything, and you want to get them something different. I don't see the earring, but let me just see if I can grab this right quick while I'm on the subject. Okay, these I did with the I put the fabric on fusible, fused the fabric, and then put a black background on it, a black lining. But I didn't like see how I dipped it, and some of the area came out glossy and some of it didn't with the fabric. So I didn't like the UV resin with the fabric and the fusible. I liked it better with just the plain fabric, because the fabric was really kind of flimsy and thin, and this gives the fabric like a really thick plexiglass feel to it. So I didn't care for this dipped in the fabric, but what I did really like, and let me see if I have one over here looking to my left. Okay, I think I have one here. What I did like, okay, this is another look. This is with the Florida plate. And I know I'm getting off the subject, so I'll get right back. But while I have it here, I'm going to show you the glass on the back. Okay, what I did like is the fabric by itself with the fusible on the back. So I actually used the webbing, and it glued the top fabric and the lining to the back. And so you don't have any frayed edges, and it gives it a nice texture. It gives it a really nice strong fabric texture. So I like this better with the fusible without the resin, and then I like the plain fabric better with the resin. So if that makes sense, I like this better, I like that better. This is with resin, this is without resin, this right here. Okay, so enough of that. But anyway, you will see as I'm going through everything, I'm going to continue to talk about that I am saving the chains on everything so I can do all 50 states with the license plates. Okay guys, these are black beads that are, let's see here. This bag looks like it has a couple of bags inside of it. And these are the smaller beads, the beads that I can actually start and finish the earring with. These are some more. These are round. These are more thin. I know this came off of a necklace. This necklace had, I don't know how many beads on it. And I can use these. These are all black beads. They're wooden beads. And they have like a, it's not teardrop. What do you call this? I don't want to say cylinder, but it's more round. But anyway, those I'll use a lot of. I'm so glad I'm going through the box of black beads, because this is the color I use the most. And I saw this in the bag. If somebody can help me in the comments. My gosh, I got this probably about 20 years ago. Is this raw onyx? I know it's a stone, but I'm trying to see. You see how it looks like it's a blackish gray, but I think it's onyx, but it's just not polished. Can you see that? I think I got a whole bag full of it. These will be, for me, too heavy for earrings, but I think I could get away with making it a pendant on a necklace. But yeah, if somebody can tell me what this is. I don't have my sticker anymore on them because it's been decades, but I think this is black onyx, and I think it's just not polished. Okay, but I could be wrong, so if I am, please let me know in the comments. Okay, these are more wooden beads, and when I was talking about inventory earlier, about how much inventory you can get, guys, I cut this off of, I got this placemat from Ross. It's a placemat, the wooden placemats that they have in the back. And I think the placemat, because it was a single placemat, I think it cost me $1 or $2. And I cut the entire placemat loose. And I had over, I think, 200 of these wooden beads. They're perfect. They're just perfect for jewelry. So once again, that's making, that's getting inventory from a placemat. And I've had several placemats that I've taken loose and gotten inventory from. It's just unbelievable. Okay, let me move this out the way. Okay, this looks like this is a bag of findings. And I think I got these findings from Joann Fabrics. So the large bag right here is a lot of really, really teeny tiny seed beads, so I'm not going to open that up. These are jump rings. These are black plastic jump rings, large jump rings. I wanted the black because sometimes I do all black. And for whatever reason, whenever I'm using the silver jump rings, it just really disturbs the design. So I saw these at Joann Fabrics, and I picked them up, and they're the large jump rings. They're coated. They have like a plastic around them to protect them. This looks like this is the other part of the bag. So I have findings, some findings in here, as well as beads. So you're going to see a combination. And when I use the word findings, I'm just talking about the materials that complete the earrings. Like these are stems that you would actually put beads on. And then I have within here, I have some, and I'm not going to open up this bag because everything looks like it'll come out. But in this bag, I have more stems, and then I also have the ear wires for the earring that would go on your ear wire. So this is a bag, and you may be able to see them a little bit better here. Let's move this out the way. Sometimes you could just see it better against the white. The ear wire. So this is actually findings in the color black for the earrings. And like I said, I don't find them often. So when I do find them, I buy them up. And I think I got these from Joann's because I just wanted my earring all black. No silver, anything, just all black. Okay, so I'm going to put this inside the findings bag, and I'm going to pull out a couple of bags here, which is good. I'm trying to get all the big bags out the way so I can see exactly what I'm working with here, and it's not so bad. Okay, And here, this is just a bugle beads. These are bugle beads. So sometimes I find that sometimes they're too small for the stems. The stems like this, sometimes these are too small. I can string them with a thin wire, and I can string them with a string, but sometimes they're just too small. The hole in the middle isn't large enough for this stem to go through, and sometimes it'll bust open the bead. So just double check it before you plan on using them, just to make sure that it'll actually work for you. Let me see here. Let me get a few of these loose bags out the way, especially this one, so nothing falls out of this. And these are wood seed beads. I use this a lot with my African designs, because sometimes I just need stoppers in between beads, and also sometimes if you just kind of want the bead to really stand out and shine on its own, you need space between them instead of stacking the beads right on top of each other. So yeah, I use a lot of this. And here's oh my gosh, I got this from Cousins probably 30 years ago. These are some large bugle beads. Now these will actually fit through the stem, and what I would do with these is that I would take a stem with a hoop on the end of it, and I would strand this through the stem, and I would put a cowrie shell or a dangle on the bottom of that, and then I would put another bead in between and stack another beagle bead on top. So that makes a really different design. So that is something that I will definitely be doing with these bugle beads. Okay, let me get this. This is actually, and this was a rare find for me. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Yeah, these are actually crimp beads, black crimp beads, and that, like I said, that's a rare find for me. I'm gonna put it inside my findings bag. Sometimes, like I said, when you want all black and you don't want the silver on your all black, to just be able to find that and that look. I will make a pair of all black earrings, not today, but I will in the future, and you'll see the look that it has. It just has such a luxury look when it's everything all black. Now I don't know if this, move this out the way, this is a stone. These are stones. This bag of stones again reminds me of the stone that I just asked you guys to let me know about, because right here, see, it kind of looks like it's a jasper, but this is actually polished. This is a stone. So if you all can let me know what stone this is and what stone that other black stone is, I'd appreciate it. I'm just can't remember what this was. Like I said, it's been decades. But anyway, I have a whole bag of those. That would be beautiful with some turquoise, some orange, or some red. Okay, what do we have here? Okay. This looks like it. This bag looks like it is a bag full of, oh, this is a compass. Okay. I'm not sure. Couldn't tell you why it's in here. I don't see any holes that would make it a earring or pendant. When that happens, you can always glue a bell to the back of it or on top of it, but I don't know, guys, about this bag. I'm not sure why it's here, what the purpose is, but anyway, it's compass. Well, I guess you could make compass earrings. You could actually just put this in a what do they call it, in a little round silver frame. The round frames that has a little hook on it for your ear wires. You just set this inside of it and you have a pair of earrings. So that's another use for it. Okay, this looks like this may be Okay, we've already gone over the wooden beads, like I said, that I got out of. These all came from that placemat. I think it was either from Ross or it was from, what's the name of that other store? I think they went out of business. They used to sell all kind of house goods in there, but I think they went out of business a couple of years back. Okay, so here's some smoke resin beads, and they're different shapes. You got the diamond shape in here, and then you kind of got like a rectangle shape in here, but those are smoke. More chains. Like I said, I'll be using the chains for my license plates, and then these are just some odd beads that are in here. Yeah, some odd beads that are in here. Still trying to think of the name of that store. Not Crate and Barrel, but there's another store where they sell placemats, all kinds of different stuff in there. It'll come to me. Okay, more beads, more bugle beads. I'm not going to take out because they're a mess when you take them out. And these beads here, I love them. My favorite. The disc is small enough so it's very thin. They kind of almost disappear, but they are good for stoppers, bead stoppers at the top and at the bottom. Let's see if we could see these better. Still got that blue glare. I couldn't tell you where it's coming from. Turned off lights, I've closed curtains, I've closed blinds, and still turned off computers. Okay, and then these are the black discs. You can see right here the disc and the beads and the wooden. This is all wooden, so these are all different sizes. These are all different sizes, and a lot of times when I'm working, I like to work with all different sizes because it really helps you give dimension to your earrings. What is this? This bag is full of cords and crosses. So these are just silver crosses with black cords. Sometimes I'll take the cord off and just use the cord on jewelry. I have a whole container full of the ribbon cord in all different colors, so I'll show you that when we get to that box. But yeah, this is in here for the black cords, and then as you can see, some of the crosses have tarnish. So what I do is I just sand them with sandpaper, and then I'll paint like a pearl finish or a gold finish or a silver finish. And sometimes I'll cut them. I'll paint it a different color. You know, like if I'm making it to match a cheek. Let me slow down. Sometimes I will paint them a different color, like a red, orange, or yellow, if I want them to match a keychain. As a hanging pendant. So never throw anything away. You got all these supplies back here. You got your lobster hooks, you got chains, you know, you have end caps. I use it all. I am definitely a recycler. Okay, let's see what else we have here. I'm looking, I think we're about halfway done. Okay, so these are more of the beads, the wooden beads, my stoppers. Some people call them seed beads, but for me, seed beads are a tad bit smaller. But these I definitely use to stop the top and the beginning of the earring from any of the beads falling off. Not really sure. Okay, this came off of a necklace. Let's see here. There's two things going on here. Okay. Okay, these are a pair of earrings, and once again, we'll be talking about it all night. As you can see how long these chains are? See how long that is? These chains are. So I can use these chains, and I would probably cut it in half. I could use these chains for my license plate earrings. This right here, I'm not sure where these earrings, where they came from. But anyway, this right here is actually the webbing that you get from Michael's or Joann's in the trim section. and it's, you know, it's just like a thick wide piece, and I guess this they cut out to make this a cross. But anyway, this is webbing, and I have, again, a box of the rhinestone webbing that we'll go through when we go through trims. I actually use, I mean, the webbing, this is a great way to use it. You can kind of cut it into any design that you want, and they actually added chains onto it. But I'll show you a way where I use the webbing as well for earrings and for chokers and things like that. So yeah, this is a gold mine for me. All these black chains. And this is what I'm saying. You can just get your supplies from anywhere. Okay, and this came off of a necklace. This is what was it, a necklace or a choker? I think it was a choker, but it had a lot of okay, what's going on over here? It had a lot of these loose items hanging off of it with rhinestones. And the necklace, I think, was damaged or something, so got it for pennies. But I saw this on it and I was like, earrings, looks like earrings to me. So as you can see, the front and back of those. So I'll figure out something with this. I don't have anything in mind right now, but I will figure out something for that. So that's what I mean by you can use anything. This came from a broken necklace. This is webbing just cut into a cross, and you got black chains on here. So just a lot to be able to use and to redo. And then you know, the creativity from just seeing all this different stuff. Okay, these are, what are these? These beads appear to be, whoops, is it a necklace or what is it? Oh, these are bracelets. Okay, so these are bracelets, and I would just take these off of the bracelet and make earrings out of them, earring dangles out of them. But some of these I would stack, and others I would put with some other beads. So I'll refer back to this video. But yeah, these are bracelets that will be turned into earrings. Because black is one of my best-selling colors for jewelry, and I guess because it goes with everything. Okay, this is a bag of, I don't know what it is. I see some small seed beads in here, so I am going to leave this closed because it looks like a lot is thrown in here. Like I mentioned earlier in my other video, okay, the sun just went down, so hopefully that didn't affect us too much. Like I mentioned earlier in my other video, I volunteer for Big Brothers Big Sisters, so sometimes the students will be given projects, and some are real good at it, and others, their attention span is short, so when they get done, they just dump all the beads into a bag, and that's what I tell them, just get it off the table. So sometimes you're going to see a lot of bags like that in these boxes. Okay, here's another set of earrings, a heart shape, and I'll pull the chains off of these and use the chains for the driver's license earrings. And then I'll either take a skinny leather strip or wire or yarn and wrap it around the bottom of the heart-shaped earring to give it a different color, some depth, and just a whole different design. Okay, let's see what's in this bag. Okay, these are tiny beads. I don't even know if a stem will actually go through these, but at least I know a piece of wire, a piece of thread will go through it. But these are really tiny beads, and this is a bracelet. This is actually a bracelet that's been cut loose. Right, and I think we looked at this already. Yeah, we looked at this already. We looked at this at the beginning. If you can remember, where I had the smoke beads along with all of the other wooden beads. So this is the same thing. That's just a duplicate. And what is this? This looks like this is actually a necklace. It is a black. Okay, so see all of the beads that I can actually get off of this. Let me make some space here, because once again, everything gets crowded. Oh, look at this. And you just, your mind is just, and look at the beads, the round beads on the back of it. So, I mean, just think about, you know, having earrings made out of these with either the silver beads between them, or either the beads, the matching beads that actually match, you know, the flat bead. Yeah, this is nice. I think it's been probably 25 years ago since I brought I think this was a bag of a dozen when I was in Florida. I went to a bead jewelry warehouse, and everything in there was sold by the dozens, and I think that all those are gone except for this last one. So for sure I'll be doing something with that. These we already looked at. This is the hematite, and this is where you could actually stack the bracelet with the magnetic hematite. We talked about this earlier. This looks like this is a necklace. Yeah, this is a necklace. Oh, maybe there's two. Okay, there's two necklaces. So let me move it in here so you can see real good. There's two necklaces here. So black and gold is a given. Yeah, I can use a ton of these beads. And then these are some other beads. These are resin beads. I have customers that their ears can't take hardly any weight, their earlobe. So I have resin customers that buy only resin earrings because they're lightweight. And they know my earrings, if they're resin, it's going to be like feathers or air. So, you know, don't get rid of those resin beads. Just let customers know in your description that it is all resin and it is lightweight, and there will be no weight on their ears. So I definitely always look out for those particular customers. Okay, these are more earrings, and once again, that's why I'm talking about chains, and not just with the license plates, but a nice chain dangle, a chain that just hangs, and then you put a little bead on the bottom is elegant. Those are best sellers for me. So here's some more chains on these earrings that I'm going to take off and use, and then I can also take these silver beads off, and I can use these silver beads for stoppers at the top and the bottom of earrings. And then I can also unhook this wire, and I can make a design and a twist out of the wire. So there's so many designs that you can get out of just one pair of earrings, and there's so many different uses. So you just may want to keep that in mind when you're looking at earrings. Let's bring a couple of the bags to the front. This looks like, okay, these are more wooden beads from that placemat, and I know the reason why I'm getting these is because I split them up in smaller bags for the students, for big brothers, big sisters, and also the latchkey students. So anyway, if I see it, I'm just going to grab it and throw it to the side. So if you see me grab something, throw it to the side and don't show you, it's because it's this particular bag of wooden beads that I got from the placemats. Okay, and then these are Asian beads. You can see with the Asian design, these are wooden beads. Now I think these wooden beads actually came from the Asian scrunchy bands, where they have a lot of beads on the bottom of it. I know it was some kind of hair accessory that these beads came from, and then we just cut them off. So once again, that's another place where you can get beads from. Okay, these we already saw. These are duplicates. You can get a lot of beads from headbands. And this looks to me like this is, get this out. And let me get this out the way. We've already seen this, the wooden beads. I'm trying to move any duplicates that I can. These are, I see a brass. This is one of my favorite stones. These brass stones. They're beautiful. They're gorgeous. So African brass stones. I think these are African brass stones. Africa, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. And they're seed beads. These are just seed beads with it. Okay. Getting there, getting there, getting there. Okay, I think this is a... I think this is a necklace. It's a necklace. For me, it's a gold mine because it's a chain. It's the wider black chain. So I'll be using this not only with earrings, but I'll also be using them with some of my charm dangles, keychain dangles, and also iPhone charms. So that black will go real nice with the all black iPhone charm. And let's see, guys, let me reach for this. Oh, I forgot. I have, yeah, let me go ahead and finish this first. I have another box, but I think the bag's in here. Okay, this I think came off of a necklace. This came off of a necklace. They had like maybe 1, 2, 3. I forgot what we used the other 2 for. Maybe earrings. I'm not sure. But this gives that you have your goth or gothic or the people that wear spikes and black. Yeah, that's this right here. So I'd have to find the other one and make an earring or a pin or something. That's what that's from. Okay, I just showed you this. This is just a wider, a larger Asian bead. Like I said, we got these off of some type of headband. Okay, these are more seed beads. And this is actually a bracelet. That's what I'm saying. You can just get so many beads from so many different places. You see this bracelet? This is a ton of seed beads. Let me give us some white space in here so you can see the black up against it a little better. But yeah, if you could see this bracelet, that's a ton of seed beads. I'm telling you. All the beads in this bracelet. Oh. Okay. So it's just giving yourself more inventory. Also too, when I'm taking off beads and when I'm taking off any kind of adornment or whatever, if it's on a necklace like this is like a black wax, I don't want to say chain, but like a black wax lanyard, part of the necklace. This has ribbon. I keep all of that. I keep all of that because you can just go back and put a end cap on the bottom of it, and you still got it. As long as it's in great shape, I keep it and I just string something else on it. I have a lot of customers that's just like one cowrie shell on their chest, so it's strung on, or it's put on as a little pendant right on the right in the center of the cording at the bottom. So I can reuse all of these. I don't throw these away just because I'm using the necklace part of it or the beaded part of it. Okay, this is just more faceted resin beads. This is a catch-all bag, like I said, so I'll be using these single beads more than likely for keychains or pendants. More of the wooden round beads, more wooden beads. This to me, this bag appears to be a bag of marbles, of the flat marbles. Yeah, of the flat marble. So they're lightweight. Sometimes if you can find them either exactly circle or the exact same size, you can just put them in a frame, and then you can put a post earring, glue it on the back side of it. I've seen people just actually glue it on the back of this and make an earring out of it. So you can do that as well. Just glue a post on the back of there with some E6000 and make an earring out of it. Or you could set it in a frame, a silver or gold frame, and just give it a little bit more luxurious look. But these are actually flat black marbles. I think these came from Dollar Tree or Walmart floral section. Maybe Walmart floral section, because those are pretty old. Okay, more of the end beads, the end stopper bead. We saw these earlier, so I'm not going to open these up. They have the disc and also the smaller. Use a lot of those. This looks like this is just a strand of beads, and they appear to be like a really hard, sturdy resin. So those are good. This looks like this is a bracelet, and I think, yeah, this is a bracelet. These are resin beads. Okay. These are glass beads. I don't know if you could see, but they're like a bugle bead, but they're kind of like a twisted bugle bead. But if you open up this little thing right here, everything starts flying out. So yes, there's a whole pack of those. These are some more small seed beads, and once again, this comes from, I think this is a necklace. So yeah, so more seed beads, tons of seed beads we have. You can see that. Got to figure out a way to use all of those seed beads. Let's see, let me just grab, let's see what else we have here, because I need to get that other box. Okay, we've gone through the wooden beads, so I'm pulling those. Here's another stack that's a little bit bigger. So these are the smaller ones, these are the bigger ones. I like to use different side. Now these look like these are the same. These are the same sizes. Okay, I thought one was bigger, one was smaller. So you can see this was actually, I think, a necklace or a belt. Something is holding this together. I think this was a necklace or a belt. But whatever it was, it's going to make fantastic earrings because of the size of it and because of the lightweightness of it. And you can just add anything to it. That's just perfect. So this was either a belt or a necklace. Okay. Losing my sunlight, I think. Feathers. Won't take this out, but these are black feathers. And I have, of course, a box of feathers as well, so we'll do feather earrings one day. I see a button in here, one of the barrel buttons, and then I see the small crimp beads that I'm not going to take out, so crimps along here and small seed beads. Okay, these are more of those wooden beads I talked about from the placemats. Okay, now I need to find the spike that I was looking for earlier, because here are the other three. So total of 4. I'll figure out something to do with that. It'd be nice if I could make something before Halloween or cosplay out of that. That would sell right away. And I think that this bag is more, oh, what is this? Okay, these are resin beads. Yeah, these are resin. These are more of the Asian wooden beads, so we don't need to open that up. You've already seen that. And those are resin beads. These are wooden. You've seen that already. And you've seen the stoppers here. What else is right here? Okay, this to me looks like these are more of the Asian. Somebody strung it together. And then these are the cordings that we spoke about earlier with the ribbon and the cord. And this to me looks like these are more bindings, black bindings. I think I got these from Joann Fabrics. Like I said, sometimes I just want it to be all black with no silver or gold. So these are the hooks in the back of a necklace. The hook goes on one side and your ring goes on the other. Let's see if you can see this pretty good. So like that. And it looks like there's some more. These looks like, this actually looks like this is the bag of jump rings. And then these are more of the hooks. Okay, and what is this? Is it lobster? No, this is actually a chain. Okay, black chain. Okay, the sun is coming in and out. Okay, one more bag, and then we got a little small box that I'm getting ready to grab, and then we will be done. Let's see here. This bag looks like it is. Okay, looks like this is a catch-all bag. It looks like I got a cowrie shell there, some other kind of design. It's not actually African map design. Yeah, this is a catch-all bag. These are just some one-off beads. Yeah, resin beads. And I think this is a strip of ribbon. Yeah, okay. So once again, when I talk about the ribbon, I talk about how you can just put a stem through the bottom of it and just make earrings out of it. You can just put a stem. You could add a stem. If you wanted to add a cowrie on the bottom of this, or a dangle, you could add it on a stem that has a loop. And if you don't want to do that and you just want it as is, then you would put it on a stem that has a flat head. Okay, so once again, you can use your trim, your ribbon trim, to make earrings as well. So I've shown today ribbon trim to make earrings, head accessories to make earrings, bracelets to make earrings, necklaces to make earrings, and also placemats. So wherever there's material, which is everywhere, that's how you can get your inventory to make your jewelry. So you don't need a lot for that to happen. Okay guys, I'm gonna bring over, yeah, I think we can knock out this next box. Ouch. I think we can knock out this next box. Hold on one quick second for me. I'm going to try and not move the camera. Okay. Now, I don't know what this is right here. This came out of, it looks like it has screws on the bottom of it. Can you see that? This came out of that other box. So I have no clue. So I'm just going to throw it back in the other box. Okay, and let's see if we can get through this box quickly. Okay. Okay, at the end, I'm going to show, this is a necklace, but I'm going to show at the end the 4 pair of earrings that actually came from this necklace. And that was just... Sorry guys, let me get this up a little bit. Let me scoot the box back just a little bit more. Give us a tad bit more white space. Okay. Gotta find out where that blue cast is coming from in my camera. I can't figure that out. It's no longer coming from outside. So I don't know if there's something wrong in the settings, but anyway, I've got to fix that. Okay, so this necklace here, of course, I'm going to use the chain on something else. I think on some African beads because I like the texture of the chain. But the part of the necklace here, I just took off this small section off of this side. And I'll show you the earrings that I actually made from that. Let's see here. That I actually made from taking... You can see here, and I'm looking for a different design. These were from the larger ones. See, from that larger stone there, those, and well, I'll show you one of the earrings because I'm looking for this. Okay, here we are, and then we actually had, see, this design as well, and that came in a larger I don't know where the other earring is, but it came in a larger like this. So you can see that. So just from this earring, just from this necklace, I've made 5 pairs of earrings. And there is enough beads on here for me to make 3 more sets. So it, you know, that's like 15 to 20 pair of earrings just out of a necklace. That's why I'm saying your supplies can go so far. Okay. And these were keychains. I don't know. I think I got these probably about 22 years ago. These were keychains. I took the top of them off to use the lobster claw on the keychain, and then I'll probably remove some of these. I will more than likely sand this rose down and make it like a red for Valentine's Day, and then do the others in pink for like Easter. And then I will take these rings off of here. I can always use larger jump rings, so this is great. The one thing I really liked about this keychain is that it had a ton of jump rings on it, along with the large lobster closure for your keychain. So I'll take all the rings off, and then I will put a cowrie shell in the middle hole of this, and put some what do you call them, bone beads on the top of that, because it looks nice with this black. And then I'll take some of these rings, because I actually have this in like purple, red, black, and I think one other color. Some of them I will crochet around it and make it a different a crocheted what do you call it, a crocheted circle, and just put a jump ring on the top of that. And once we go through, of course, I have a box of yarn. I'll show you the crocheted earrings. But yeah, there's just so much you can do out of these keychains. And these keychains came, like I said, it's been over a couple of decades, but there were a dozen to a package, and I think I paid $4 or $5 for the package. So from the jewelry warehouse. Okay, let's get through this box, Denise. This is taking way too long. These are chip beads, but let me see if this is a stone or if this is resin, because this may be a stone. Yeah, it's looking like a jasper stone to me. Chip jasper chips. Let's see if we can get, I can pull this out. I think that's like jasper chips. You can see. Yeah, so sometimes I have to double check, because some of them, like I said, I normally try to keep my I think these are just some yeah, these are the same thing. I normally try to keep my resin separated from my stones, because sometimes, I tell you, it's hard to tell. Okay, these are just some resin beads that we showed in the other box. More round resin beads. Let's see here. This is the necklace, and as you can see, the necklace, some of the black is peeling off of this, so you can repaint those stones, and they're not stones, they're resin. Let me get this out of my hand so you can see. You can repaint these stones. You can repaint the resin. Is this? Yeah, this is a hard resin though, but it is resin. You can repaint that, and then look at all the beads that you get from the top of the necklace. So yeah, I can do a lot with this strand just right here. Here's more chains for me, and then here's another strand. So I mean, that is just so much within that. And like I said, I would just repaint these or make them a black and white polka dot. That would be nice. Making this a black and white polka dot, making that a black and white polka dot stone. You can just change anything with some paint. My goodness, fingernail polish. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Okay. Okay, this was actually a necklace. And, oh, I wish I would have got more This was that same jewelry warehouse in Florida over 25 years ago that I got this from, and it was just a stack necklace, and I love this, the way that the wood is cut on here, and you can just see the colors through on that. I tell you, anytime I wear my bracelet or my earrings with this design, always get compliments. I just really just gone through quite a bit, but gosh, I wish I would have bought more. Should have just bought the whole case, because that is full of beads that will make a lot of beautiful designs. Okay, we've gone through this in the other box, and these are just resin beads. They're I don't want to say diamond shape. Forgot what shape this is called, but yeah, they're this shape. This is more of the chip. And let's see, these are one-offs. So this was a clip earring. I don't know if the other part was lost or broke. These appear to be all one-off earrings. So I'll just put this right back in the bag. Well, what is this black here? Okay, so yeah, these are damaged. So yeah, you can figure out a way to add something to them, paint them or whatever, but I have way too many beads to be messing around with that right now. We're already trying to get through 1,000,000 beads in a box, so no more drama added to our lives. Okay, and in here, I'm thinking these are more of the like wooden beads from the placemat. Yeah, they are. And like I said, I separated these to give them to the students. I'm looking for this earring. Thank you. To the side. It goes in a box I have, which of course I have another box that's called single earrings. I'm going to add this earring to that box because I think the mate is in there. Okay. And what else do we have here? We have more ribbon and cording, more of the wooden beads from the placemats. Let me see if I can bring this just a little bit closer. Yeah, so we won't be going through that. This is more cording. Let's see here. Well, if this is all duplicates, we can be finished with this box. These are faceted beads. We've gone through that already. And what is this? Okay, I remember when this was black and white. That just goes to show you how long I've had this. This came off of something, but this can make a pair of earrings. You see that? I can make a pair of earrings. So there's the other earring I was looking for earlier. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, seed beads. Right, black and silver, and small of the little balls. I think these are glass beads. This is a pair of white and black beads. I'm going to find my white and black box and put this in it because I know I have mates for these. Can you see them? Yeah, I know I have mates, so I'm going to put that to the side. This is another necklace. More of the wooden beads. Seed beads we've gone through. And black chip beads. Okay. So all of this can go in here. Whoops, excuse me guys. Didn't mean to hit the camera. I'm kind of working behind it so I can make sure I stay in frame. But it makes it a little awkward. Okay, this says rods. So I think I got these black clip rods from, and I'm gonna probably use them for more like keychains. But yeah, these are clip rods. I got a whole bag of these. Somebody was going out of business. I think it was a trim store or somebody was going out of business. So I think I got 100 of these for 25 cents. So the clip on here is really good if you want to use it for what the badge clips. You know, people have a beaded chain around their neck and then they have the badge clip. So you can use it. You can use the clips for that. I would take these clips off and I would use these circles to make earrings or to make a nice bracelet or some type of jewelry. So the whole bag of these rod clips I would use for jewelry. So that's what I'm saying. You can get your supplies from anywhere. Let's see here. This looks to me like this is, who knows? I don't know, guys, if this is a belt. I think this is a belt. Okay, well, once again, I got too much stuff down here. Hold on one second. Let me give me just a second here. Okay. All right, we can make some space here. And this, I think this is a belt. Everything keeps falling back out. This is a belt. I don't know if you can see this. It's kind of like a metallic, a black metallic strip, and it has ribbon on the bottom of it, so you would actually tie the belt. The black strip will go around your body, and then you would tie this ribbon right here. Okay, so what I would do is I would actually cut this black strip, and I would put end caps on each end of it to seal it off, and then I could put my ear wire on the top and just have a plain end cap on the bottom, and put a dangle if I wanted to, or just cut the bottom and just leave it raw, because it's not going to fray or anything like that. So just it'll make a just nice earring. Like, move this out the way. So just a nice earring like that size. Yeah. Okay, inspiration can come from anywhere. Okay, I'm looking ahead, and these are all beads that I've shown before. These are the faceted little beads. These are resin, and I'm looking behind them, and these are more of the wooden disc beads that we looked at. This is a small catch-all bag rather. Okay, these are what do they call these? Bullseye? I think they call these bullseye beads. I'm trying to remember. I think these are bullseye beads, but these are resin beads. These are nice, kind of cute little funky beads. It just gives it a different, your jewelry a different look. This bag is filled with one-offs. So these beads are actually one-offs. I have some black and white beads in here that I spoke about earlier. I knew I could find a mate to. There's a peace sign bead in here. This stone looks like it's like a marble tie-dye stone. So yeah, so this is just a bag with let's see if I can hold the bag this way. God, I don't know, that blue cast, guys, not coming from outside. I don't know, something in my camera. I'm gonna have to figure it out. This is a plaid right there. So yeah, so these are one-offs. More filler beads. We've gone through all these beads. This is more hematite. I'll set this to the side. And let me see. Let me go back to the hematite. Hold on one second, because I think this is strand, and I want to show you how they did this. This design. Yeah. So this is like, you see this design, this hematite design. So I started off with one bead down here, strung it up to your 2 beads, your 3 beads, your 4 beads. So it's so much you can do with beads. It just gives it a nice, can you see? It just gives it a really nice design, nice look. This is when you start getting into your jewelry where you're actually designing a nice design. That's what I said. When you get into your statement jewelry, you get into your intricate jewelry where you're actually building a design in an earring. So really like that. Okay, moving along here. Okay, these more the black chains, license plate jewelry. What else we have over here? Okay, I'm going to get to these. These are more wooden pieces, more of the wooden disc right there. Once again, this is more cording. And when I was talking about the cording earlier, you can see how the end, see how these end pieces are at the bottom. That's how I would finish off whatever, if the earrings or whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm putting in the middle here, you just finish it off with end caps. So that's what I was speaking about earlier. We've already gone through these beads here. Let's see this. Let me clear off some space here. Okay, and this is a necklace. See here, this is a necklace, so I would use these beads in here from this necklace. I'm going to have to throw some of the things back in the box because the bags are torn. Okay guys, almost finished here. These two beads, I would actually use these, make a pair of earrings out of. I forgot what they're called. Let's see here, are we almost done? Not sure what this is. Okay, those are beads. There's the chains. 1, 2, 3, and I'm just trying to glance at this real quick to see what's duplicate. That's a duplicate. We've gone through that. This is the chain. We've gone through that. I'm gonna make some beads out of those. Okay, so this should be my last 5 bags, and we're done. Okay, let me make some space over here. Okay, this particular bag, I think this is, okay, more cording and fabric. So you can actually, like I showed that the end cap on the bottom and the top, you can actually do an end cap and on the bottom and the top of this out of this rope and make a really nice elegant earring. Let me do this, guys. I'm just trying to make some space here because we're at the end, and I just want to bring the last part of the earrings that we did make. Okay, and right here, I think this actually came off of a necklace. So this actually came off a necklace. Is really old, probably 30 years old. And I would just separate this and make earrings. So you can make an earring with a dangle, or you could put it that way and dangle something else from the bottom. But yeah, so there's only 2 pieces left on that. I think, okay, they made earrings, somebody made earrings I think out of this, and this just goes to show you how you can use that type of mesh fabric and dangle something from it, and you could put a end cap on the top that goes completely across it. So that's just a lot of different way you could use it. I think this is more of the yeah, this is more of the beads, wooden beads, and this is a resin bead, but it looks like it's kind of like a 3D bead. So I would explore that a little bit more, see what that is, and maybe put some black and white with that. I'm thinking that that would be nice, or maybe some orange with that. We're getting close to Halloween, so orange will work. And let's see what's going on in this bag. Okay, it looks like I put a cowrie shell. I don't know what this came off of, but or if it came as just a plain black earring, but looks like I did a cowrie shell at the bottom of it for a design. So we'll see. So I just need to put a matching cowrie shell and then put a hook on the top of it. Okay, last 2 bags. Hearts. Have some felt hearts or suede hearts. You can do a lot with these. You can hang them from a chain and just have a heart drop. Just put a nice chain on this and just let them drop, or you could put beads. You see your hole right here, you got a hole here and a hole at the bottom, so you could actually bead both sides of it, make a nice beaded earring. So there's tons you can do with that. And then this is the last bag. Yay! Whew. Thank you guys for hanging in there with me. These are just, to me, it looks like I got some, maybe some one-offs in here. And I know that this white and black used, I think, a lot of the other parts to it, or they may be in the white and black container. But yeah, so this was actually a belt, and this was a belt. And I took them loose to use all the parts. So I think some for keychains. Oh, and I think I have another one. Let's see right here. It's not black and white, but you can see these are belts, and this was a belt. And I think these belts were like, I don't know, 30 years old or something like that. So yeah, so you can just take them apart, and I'll figure out something to use this with. I think this one I am crocheting around it to make it a two-tone color. I am crocheting yarn around that. These I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with yet, but it will be something kind of funky looking, maybe reminiscent of the 60s hippie bohemian type look. Will more than likely be what I will do with that. Okay guys, here are a couple of pair of earrings I promised you that came from the that black necklace that we were talking about. Let's see, let me get everything in frame. Put just here, there. Let's see. That came from that necklace. Oh, and I finally found a necklace that I was talking about. Okay, let's get everything. See if we can get everything in frame here. I'll hold them up because I don't want to fight them anymore. Let's see here. This was a smaller one. But yeah, that necklace that we were just talking about, that was at the very beginning, over half an hour ago. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to see if I can hold 3 or 4 up at the same time, so you can kind of get an idea. There, some of the earrings that we made out of it. And here, see there. You can see some of the earrings we made out of it, and then the last 2 here are some of the earrings we made out of it. Okay guys, I appreciate you. Thanks so much for getting through all those black beads. At least that one was done. That was one of my toughest boxes. So I'm not sure what color I'm going to pick next, but I want to pick something bright and vibrant next. To get away from just the colors that the neutral colors that I've been working on and I've been doing. So it's going to be something bright and vibrant will be our next color until we get through all the containers. I think if I'm correct, there's probably maybe about 40-50 more containers to go. But we will get through them. And also I think the next video that I'm actually going to put out, let me see if I have it next to me, and then I can kind of show you. The next one that I'm going to do is actually going to be this one. Okay, yeah, and I know it looks like a mess when you're looking at it, but this one is actually going to be making earrings out of necklaces. Okay, so all the different necklaces, and I'm probably going to take it just one video by each necklace, so they aren't so long, so you're not sitting forever to go through them. But yeah, that's going to be the next one, is actually making earrings from necklaces, from vintage necklaces. on the next video, and then that'll kind of give us a break away from the boxes for just a day or two. All right, guys, thank you so much for your time. Thanks so much for visiting. If you like what you've seen, please like the video, subscribe, and share. And if you have an idea of how I could do this better, please leave a comment in the comment section. Appreciate you. Thanks so much. Have a great day or a great evening, and I will talk with you soon. Bye.